What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And this one I want to break down what's going on with NIO stock and what you should be watching for moving forward. I'm also going to talk about Tesla spine, the QQQ, break down what's happening with the catalysts that are going to be affecting the markets, and what the technicals are suggesting for all these different stocks and NIO. But before breaking things down about all this information, before I talk about what's going on with the overall market, let me just mention a couple of things before starting. I am personally not a financial planner, so make sure you take none of this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money into the account, you are guaranteed up to 12 free stocks. The offer ends very soon, in just about 2 days, so check it out before they run out. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. NIO is up 3.8% for the day, another green day again, and this is the longest win streak in 2 years for the company. Now, looking at the way NIO has been moving, I just want to mention to everyone that I told you all that we could see NIO retrace a little bit and try to bounce, or we might just see it continue just going from here. So far, that's exactly what NIO has done. It's continuing this nice uptrend, hovering above the 5-minute 200 EMA, and continuing to push. But the question is, what's going to happen to NIO moving forward? I want to remind everyone, at the time I'm recording this, it's at about basically in the afternoon for July 31st, 2023, here in the USA. In China, in Shanghai, China, it's about 5 o'clock a.m. on August 1st. So the period for some parts of China, if not almost all of China, is basically ending. It's basically over now. July is over, and NIO is going to be telling us how many deliveries they did for July. Now, just as a reminder, they did 12,700 deliveries, not deliveries, but just like registrations, which are most likely deliveries, if not even more than that, during the period of July 1st through the 23rd. And at this point, we're not just going to depend on registrations. We're going to find out the official numbers reported by NIO. Now, NIO is also, in my opinion, a very honest company. I believe that whatever they say should be at least looked at and taken very, very seriously, no matter what investors and like other people out there who don't like the company try to say. And I believe we're going to go based off the numbers, and I think they're going to be very good. At the rate NIO was going, if they maintain the same rate, they're going to most likely do around 17,000 deliveries. But if the rate went up for their deliveries during the final week, which is a possibility, it could be even closer to about 20,000, something like that. Maybe 18, 19,000, close to 20,000, who knows? But at the very least, I'm actually seeing something around 17,000 or more, who knows? But it's going to be a high number, possibly and most likely an all-time high monthly delivery record for NIO. The month-over-month growth should be crazy good. It most likely will be, and it's looking very strong for them. The ES6 is absolutely killing it. And this company is set for some nice moves going into the second half of this year. We're already in the second half, and it's already just pumping. So what's going to happen? When is the data coming out? I want to remind you all, I don't know the exact timing. The last time they reported it, it came out as soon as it was July 1st here in the USA. So that was for the June report. The July report for the month of July should be coming out either tomorrow here in the US or the day after. So either on Tuesday or Wednesday should be when it comes out. I don't know the exact timing of it. Sometimes it changes. But very soon, when those numbers come out, NIO is going to make a massive move, okay? A huge move. And it might just be explosive. We might see NIO gap up like crazy and run very, very hard if we get some crazy good numbers. It's going to make all the headlines. I'm very excited for this. Now, on the daily chart, I just want to remind everyone, we have a nice setup. Basically, it formed a bullish divergence, a nice accumulation in this structure that developed. And then on top of that, you want to look at these resistance levels. We're watching this resistance around this 16.8 area. There's also some resistance around 16 flat. And then below that, we have the high of today, which is around, I think, just under 5.5, basically. So I'm sorry, 15.5. Sorry about that, guys, 15.5. So anyways, it's doing relatively well. It's holding up nicely. And this is a very, very strong uptrend. If the data comes in just as we're expecting, it most likely will, it's very likely it will, this thing could go all the way up to the 16 to 17 area quite easily with this much bullish momentum, because it's getting lots of volume, lots of attention. It was making the headlines again today because it's on a very, very big win streak. 116 million in volume is very, very fantastic. I'm very proud of the company. That's almost twice the volume it typically gets. Very, very bullish stuff. And look at the price price ratio is just soaring to the absolute moon, Meaning, so right here, the price price ratio is going up because NIO is gaining more relative strength. NIO is looking stronger by the minutes. And in terms of daily seasonality, you will notice that Tuesdays tend to be the strongest day of the week or one of the strongest days. 55% of the time, NIO is green. And if we get the numbers tomorrow, it's going to absolutely explode. Now, it's also worth noting that the short interest is going up for NIO. Shorts are piling in. They want to attack it. Are they going to cause NIO to drop, or are they going to cause a short squeeze? We will find out. It's making headlines. You can see right here, it's accelerating higher again. Retail are buying in as well. People are starting to FOMO in. Very, very good stuff. And we will find out if we get some good numbers. As far as NIO goes in terms of its Twitter page, this news basically came out right here. NIO opened its 1600 NIO Power Swap station on July 30th. And now they will have about 2,300 by 2023. This is the same thing they tweeted yesterday. So they tweeted this again just a couple of hours ago. Then they retweeted this. On July 31st, a total of 54 power swap and charger stations online in a single day. Once again, very, very awesome stuff. They're continuing to grow, and this is once again going to help them with their customer service. Now, if you're interested in other stocks out there, just remember we have Jolt's data coming out 30 minutes after the market opens, and 15 minutes after market open, we have the PMI reports. But the Jolt's job openings will be the biggest thing. We want this to be very close to expectations, not too high or not too low. In terms of data, don't forget we have some more earnings coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow we have Uber, Pfizer, Caterpillar, and just a couple of others. And then we have AMD after the market closes, followed by CVS, PayPal, Shopify, and the list goes on. But for now, this is what it's looking like. And besides that, that's pretty much it in terms of data. Now let's talk about the charts. NIO is looking bullish. Once the data comes out, we might see this thing push all the way up to the 16 to 17 area, if not higher. It may make a very explosive move if we get some strong numbers. If we get bad numbers, which I'm highly doubting, looks insanely unlikely that's going to happen, could come down to lower levels like 13.86. Always be prepared for anything as an investor, of course. But I'm leaning more bullish. It looks a lot more bullish. It looks very strong. It is overbought, which is fine because it could still pop off some good numbers. Now for SPY, I want to remind everyone, SPY is very, very stationary, going back and forth at the current level. It got a nice drop today. It kind of downtrend, got this nice pop at the end of the day as it's the last day of the quarter. Not the quarter, sorry, the month. The last day of the month, basically. And that's the reason why lots of these big funds and these fund managers wanted to essentially, prop up the market just to get their balance sheets to look a lot better. So for this month, they got a better number, a better close, and that's good for them. I expect some sideways price action tomorrow, maybe a retest of 458 or so, then a backdrop to like 456, just like today. Except the market's just going to trade sideways. Same thing for the QQQ. I expect it to range between 382 to about 385, going back and forth and back and forth. And for Tesla, on the 4-hour time frame, it's basically stuck between the 50 and 200 EMAs. At the 50, we have this resistance very close to 268. We're going to be watching this very carefully to see if it could break. So if it breaks this, 270 and then 274 become possible. If it fails to do so, watch support. It's looking a little bit more bullish, forming a double bottom, and we have this imbalance up here at 280. But just to be safe, we have to wait and see. Last but not least, for NIO, we're just going to be watching to see how this breaks out. I went over the supports, right? We have support around 15. For today, it was like 15 had some support, and then 14.75. There's 14.12 below that, 13.25, then 12.75. Resistance, you're going to be watching 16. If it breaks that, 16.8 is going to come next. Then it's going to get very close to about $18 if that ends up breaking. What do I think is going to happen? Well, it depends on when NIO ends up actually reporting these deliveries. If it comes out tomorrow, this thing's going to explode. If the numbers are very strong, it's most likely going to make a very explosive move, in my opinion. If it takes until like Wednesday, then this move could be delayed. We'll wait and see what time NIO ends up reporting these numbers. And until then, it looks more bullish than bearish. So watch it, at least try to hold up and wait for the numbers to come out. They will dictate how this thing moves. The odds do favor upside as NIO is on track to breaking a new record for their entire history. All right, for one entire month. All right, so that's what I have for this video. I think the odds favor upside. We're going to be watching it try to break 16. That's 16.8 next. But be patient, watch your levels very carefully, and then let's wait and see when NIO starts dropping the deliveries numbers. It should be very, very soon. I think they're very eager to do this as well. In Shanghai, it's already the beginning of August, so the numbers for July should be coming out very soon. All right, thank you for listening. Have a good one. NIO in the market to the moon. So long term is very bright, and peace out.